Hi guys, this is Jimmy from eprint123.com. In this video, I'd like to show you some of our custom 3D USB drives. The 3D USB drive makes one of the best promotional gifts on the market, and here's why. Number one, it has novelty value. When you receive a miniature mayonnaise jar like this, that also functions as a USB drive, people usually use words such as wow or awesome to describe the product. And that's exactly the reaction that you want to trigger when you give out a gift like this from customers. Number two, it has sharing value. Unlike a coffee mug or t-shirts that you give out, those are very personal items. A USB drive is meant to be shared. People will put documents, photos, videos on here and share the drive with their friends, colleagues, and usually that will give you the opportunity to wow more people. So every USB drive will get multiple exposures from the customer. Number three, it has a utility value. All these drives are high-speed USB 2.0 based drives. We only use the highest grade memory chips in these, so they work as well as or better than any other USB drive that you may find on the market. And because we use the highest grade chips, all of our drives come with lifetime guarantee. So you know that a customer is not going to throw something like this away. And every time they reach for your 3D USB drive, it gives you the opportunity of putting your product, your company, or your whatever image that you're trying to project in front of the customer. The drives can be made of different materials, such as ABS, which is a hard plastic, metal, wood, bamboo, and so on. By far the most popular is PVC. The PVC drives are economical to use. They can be molded into any shape, and we can have all kinds of different colors on them to make them look very, very realistic. All the drives I'm showing here are approximately, they're usually between 2 and 4 inches in length, about 1 to 3 ounces in weight, and with memory capacities ranging from 128 megabytes up to 64 gigabytes. So all the drives that I have on the table here are 3D drives. We also make something called a 2D drive. The 3D drive is great when you have a three-dimensional object that can be made into a USB drive. But sometimes what happens if you only have a flat logo? Then a 2D drive is a great solution. So this here is what we call a 2D drive. It's basically a flat drive that's contour cut to follow the shape of the logo. It's made into a thickness that's thick enough to accommodate the USB connector and the cap. You can have it printed only on one side, like this one is, or it can be made into double-sided, like this one, with the logo on one side, website address on the other side. Or it can be full color, something with a little bit more color, like this image here. That's a 2D drive. From the side view, it's basically a flat black piece. And then on the back, you can have the color, basically like the back of that little character. Now, because there's not too much of a price difference between 2D and 3D drives, we always try to make the drives 3D for you whenever possible. Another detail I want to illustrate with the 3D USB drives is how the logo image is printed on the drive. So if you look at this particular drive here, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, the letters and the logo, all the image area is raised off of the surface. You can actually feel the letters and feel the logo raised off of the surface. Same thing here. If you can catch it right at the right angle here, you can feel that it's all the letters are here. We can also use a combination of this raised molding in combination with screen printing to get the logo to appear on all 4 sides. Now, provided that we have to have a flat surface where that allows us to do the printing. Now, we're also a G7 certified master printer, which means you can expect the highest level of color accuracy and consistency from any product that we produce. Some of the most frequently asked questions about 3D USB drives are, how do I submit the files? How long does it take? and how much does it cost. So I'll use some examples here to show you. This mayonnaise jar here, we actually went to the supermarket and picked up a real jar of mayonnaise, took high-resolution photos from the jar, and then created a 3D model from the high-res photos. Now remember, when you take photos, there are 6 sides to this product. There's a top, bottom, front, back, left, and right. So if possible, please supply photos from all different angles. The yellow truck here, this was created from some low-resolution website images. But because the truck shape is very easily understood, and we already have some existing models in a truck shape, we were easily able to duplicate the look that the customer was looking for. We can also take 3D renderings from the customer. So this pump is a little bit more detailed. So the customer supplied us with a 3D model of the drive, actual 3D render files, and then we were able to duplicate the look using their files. Or if it's a flat logo like this one here, we would just take the logo file in Adobe Illustrator or PDF format, or like this one here, for this one we got 2 different images, one for the front and one for the back. So those are the common ways to submit files for production. In terms of timing, once we receive the high-res files, it takes 2 to 3 days to generate a 3D rendering of the product. And at that point, you can make changes, tweaks to the files, and there are no additional charges. We offer unlimited revisions to make sure you're completely satisfied with the drive before we start production. Once you give us approval, the production generally takes 3 to 4 weeks. Depending on the quantity, the minimum order is 100 pieces, and that takes usually about 3 weeks. And if it's a larger order, like 5,000, 10,000 pieces, it could take a little bit longer time. So please check our price list for the latest pricing. Some of the extra values that we offer with our 3D USB product are data loading. So we can load data for you free of charge. We also have an optional non-erasable partition option. Now what that allows you to do is you can load your marketing material, your videos, product sheets, price list, catalogs, things like that onto a separate partition from the user data. So the users can add files and delete files from the user partition, but this non-erasable partition contains all of your marketing material, and it's always there, so it kind of forces the user to see your files every time when they put in the drive. So that's a quick overview of the 3D USB drive. You can order it from our website. Again, the URL is www.eprint123.com, and thank you for watching.